man, it is cold today. You can see the scarf, you can see the gloves, you can see the hoodie. You can't see the hood because I haven't got the hood on yet. I could put the hood on like that. You know, like that. I could sit there like this. So it's pretty cold today. Now, I'm not one of those Scrooge type people who goes, oh, don't put the heating on. But I am one of those where I'm a bit like, if it's just me in the house, I don't like to heat the whole house up. And I don't like to use electric heaters because I know people go, yeah, but electric heat is quite good and all of that. But they cost money as well. Don't believe the hype. Anyone that goes, yeah, you just plug it in and it's, you know, it's only a bit of pence here and there. That's not true. They suck up a lot of pence, these electric heaters. Okay. Anyway, hope you're all right. It is Wednesday today, midweek. I haven't got done as much as I really wanted to get done this morning, which, hey, my rules and Gary as well, know you're here there. I know you, well, as soon as I saw your message, Gary, I thought, why not? I'm here. Why not just go live? Because I'm not going to do anything pressing until now, until after that anyway. Okay, so my rules has just sent, by the way, hi, Brian. Hi, everyone. Right, so my rules, which is a bit of a weird name, I have to say, my rules. It's not a very inviting name, my rules. You want to, use your real name or a company name. You built 2 pages with Elementor, and the first page is loading very smoothly, he says, while the second page is not loading correctly in the mobile view. But I don't understand where the fault is. You haven't sent me you need to send me the URL. By the way, this is my rules. This is where I am very strict. Rather than me typing it. Oh no, sorry, there it is. You are right, it's there at the bottom. So if I go to your URL, you're saying it is slow on the mobile. Okay, so let us do a little bit of a check on why is my rules page coming out slow on the mobile. Okay, so let's get to it. Just chucked my face off, which wasn't very good. Right, okay, so this is a page by, there we go. This is my rules, okay? This is my rules. Hey, did I see the new 3.10 beta? No, I haven't. I haven't seen it yet, Carapos. I need to go have a look at it. Not had a look yet. Tell me, is there anything exciting, Carapos? Is there anything I need to be excited about? Okay, right, so what he's saying is this is slow on the mobile. So I'm going to take this URL and I'm actually going to dump it in here. So let's just see what does the page speed insights say about the page on the mobile. Because if you're feeling that it's coming out slow, this is probably going to give me more... whoops-a-daisy. Let me just shut down my email there. So let's just shrink this page down, right? So you're saying this is slow on... I mean, number one, I don't think this is the most exciting design. I really don't. This is... Look, I'm not reviewing your website. You just want me to have a look at your page speed and all of that. I don't like this design, number one. The logo, the colors, nothing is connected. So what bit is loading incorrectly? What bit is I mean, by the way, my rules, I can't see into your mind. So when you say to me it doesn't load correctly, what is not loading correctly? What's not loading? So if I take your page, right? What is not loading? Okay, your image has disappeared. So is it because you haven't styled your image correctly? Is it responsively hidden? Maybe. To be honest, I can't answer your question for how you want it to look because I don't know what you want in terms of how it looks. But you need to explore your image. Is it responsively hidden? Is there something wrong with the size? I mean, by the way, I am going to point out, though, that you're not using WebP images, number one. I don't think you have images not properly sized. You might want to have a think about... Yeah, just have a think about stuff. But anyway, look. Unfortunately, I am not going to spend any more time looking at that because I don't know what your design is, and I would say that you need to go and look at your image and your responsiveness. Is it responsively hidden? Number one. Is it just, I don't know, it could be anything. It could be a Z class. I don't know, it could be anything. Hey Pavel, hey Tarkangas. Earlier than usual. Yeah, well, I thought, why not? Let's just go live. Let's just go live. Hey Carapos. So the new things are the custom unit selector and the nested tab. Okay. Now that is a move in the good right direction, the nested tab. Obviously they're looking at what Bricks and other people are doing. So the nested tab, Carapos, is a nice move. I would prefer it if they did the nested testimonial as well. The custom unit selector, that's okay, but it's not a deal breaker, is it? Hey Gary, sorry Gary, you said you're not a fan of that kind of image drawing. Which kind of image are you referring to? Do you mean the one that was on that website right now that I showed you from My Rules? Was that My Rules' website you're referring to? Hey Greg, how are you? Hope you're okay. It's freezing in the UK right now. It is super cold right now. But yeah, this morning I unfortunately did not get done as much as I really wanted to, and I think it's because I hit a bit of a brick wall in terms of there were 3 videos I was going to create this morning because I'm still waiting on this one client who was meant to start last week and the week before, and I really feel like it's going to drag on until after Christmas. And I might have to say to them when they come back, the price has changed. The price has changed, just to give them a bit of a stick up the ass. But yeah, I was 3 videos I was going to do. I then decided, no, I'm not going to bother. I was going to look at the 10 Web AI builder, and I had a test of it last night, and it's actually quite shit. The 10 Web, hey Jason, how are you? Not seen you for a while. The 10 Web AI website builder is actually really, really shit. All it does is clone, and it doesn't even clone it very well. What it does is it's built with Elementor in the back end. So I said to it, clone my Elementor homepage for Web Squadron. It couldn't even do that properly, and I thought, this is shit. You can't say this is an AI web builder when all it tries to do is clone. Rubbish. I was going to look at scroll sequence, but for those of you that know, I was offended. But they wanted me to do a video for them, but they were only going to pay me $25, and I was very offended by that. So they are the company that were part of that. Do you remember I said we lost 5 clients last week? Scroll sequence were one of them. I was like, forget you, don't want to work with you again. And the third video I was going to look at was Flexbox with horizontal layout. And in the end, I then thought, forget it. I've done enough horizontal scrolling videos as it is, and not everyone's into that, so why spend time doing it? Dave, how are you? Great to have you here, my friend. My Rules, I had sent you screenshots of the problem, which I couldn't explain correctly. Okay, look, My Rules, this is where I have to be really blunt now, okay? There comes a point where if I'm answering too many questions, there comes a point where I then have to say, do you need a dedicated one-to-one consultation, which you got to pay for? This is where I have to ask the question, because there comes a point where if I keep providing free help, I'm not valuing myself. So giving you enough help, and I would say my recommendation to you, My Rules, and don't take this to heart, but some of the problems you're raising, a lot of them feel to me like you're jumping in without understanding a lot of the basics of web design, let alone the page builder and the widgets. And I think you need to take a step back. Rather than jumping in and then going, oh, why does this not look right or whatever, you need to explore design, not even web design, layout, colors, branding, fonts. You need to study, look at websites and get around that in your head. Then work slowly and methodically. And what you need to do, what you need. Yeah, Afsol, thank you. I got your website link, and I'm gonna go into. Didn't we do yours yesterday, Afsol? Didn't we do yours yesterday? Or did we not? Did we do yours yesterday? Yeah, we did. No, we didn't. We didn't. Right, let's go into yours, okay? I'm going to go into Afzal Mia's website. But what I'm saying, back to my rules, is you need to understand, right? You need to start with, like, section 1, your hero banner. You got text and an image. Then go to the mobile. Was it ever working? So you've got a problem with your image disappearing. Was it ever working? If it was never working, why did you build every other section? Go back to the hero banner. Get it right. Because once you know what you've done to sort out why it wasn't working, you are now ready for every other section. Because if you don't solve it at the start, what if you've used that similar method in other places of your website? Now you've got to go away and correct it all over again. So the big tip I give everyone is you do your header, your heading, whatever you want to call it. Get it right. Get it right. You can add to it, but get it right for the mobile, right? As best as you can. You can add to it, detract from it, do what you want. Hero banner, get it right. Get it right. Mobile, tablet, all of that. Don't move on to the other sections until you've done that. Otherwise, how do you know you're doing what you're doing? Yeah, to be honest though, my pipes are okay. My pipes are okay, and as Brian says, I warm them up. He warm them up. Yeah. And that's the thing, Gary. That's the tip. What he should do is do the hero banner, then go and check it in the mobile before moving on to the next section. Too many people go page after page after page, and then they check the mobile. The heating does come on for about 2 to 3 hours in the morning, and then about 5 hours towards the evening. So, but luckily my pipes are totally fine. My pipes are totally fine, and all the pipes are inside as well, and they're all nicely insulated and packed out and all of that. So we're all okay. Right, Afzal, I need to know, are you ready for us to review your website? Are you ready for us to review your website? So I need you to say, yes, I am, Afzal. Don't forget, everybody, you do need to hit like, because if you don't hit like, there's a new button here where I can boot you out. I can boot you out if you don't hit like, so make sure you hit like. Exactly, Gary. I mean, it slows you down, doesn't it? You know, when you go desktop, mobile, it slows you down, but you get it right from the get-go. But here's the thing. Okay, so my rules, okay. Here's a really big tip, okay. That website, is that for you or a client? Is that for you or a client? Friend, family, is that for you or a client, my rules? That website. The punt button. Brian, it's not the punt button. That's very pornographic. No, but my rules, that website we were looking at, and by the way, Afzal, I'm not going to review your website unless you say you are ready. Oh, you're not ready. Afzal says no. No, not you, Afzal. I'm talking about my rules. So Afzal is here, and I'll jump onto your website in a minute, but my rules, that website, was that for you, or was it for a client? Was that for you, or was it for a client, my rules? Because if it was for a client, I'm really sorry. I'm going to have to say to you, you should not be designing for clients until you understand layout, how to make things work and all of that. Oh, right. Yes, you're right, Brian. Yes, punt, American football team word. But my rules, you need to understand. Look at other websites, good websites. Don't just go to like cheap websites you see on Fiverr, okay? Sorry to say it, but don't just go to cheap ones. And study them, understand them before you start working on client websites. Right, now we're going to look at Afzal's website. Okay, so Afzal Mia has sent this in. Now the first thing I'm going to... Hey, Pez, how are you? First thing I'm going to say about Afzal Mia's website. Afzal is on the live chat right now. Great to have you. Very brave. Thank you for doing this. The first thing I want to say is, before I scroll down, what is the color scheme of this website? So initially, I thought it was going to be this grayish blue and orange, right? Grayish blue and orange. That button really does not work for me. The font needs to be bigger, and I would have it on one line. I would not have this wrapping. You need to learn before you build, my rules. That's, it's like saying, I'm going to make you a table, but I don't know how to do carpentry. So I'm going to learn how to do carpentry as I build your table that you're paying me for. No one wants that. Right, okay. So, number one, this button does not work for me, okay? This needs to be one line. There's no need for this to be wrapped. Number two, this button needs to be uppercase. Start a project. The P needs to be the whole thing needs to be uppercase. You've almost made that feel like a very unimportant button. Like, look here, you've got this. If you're going to do that, why not have it here? Why not replicate that, but have it in uppercase? You've kind of made it feel a bit like, oh, it's not important. It's not important, right? Then we've got this image over here. This color scheme has nothing to do with this orange and grey blue. Has nothing to do with this grey blue. Look at it, right? This bluey color and orange, this has nothing to do with it. So this image just feels like you've just plonked an image on. It's like, oh, we'll just put whatever image. What you need to do is get an image which reinforces or is a slightly different shade of these colors. So it doesn't have to be the same color, but it must be similar. So it must be blue and orange. This is purple, aqua, yeah, turquoise aqua, purple, green, turquoise, and that is more of a reddish orange, right? Nothing like this orange or blue. So the colors are just wrong. Straight away, I've lost interest. I'll be honest. Straight away, I'm being brutally honest here. I've lost interest on the hero banner. Business website, WooCommerce and e-commerce expert. This feels fake. Number one, I wouldn't have the full stop there. But hey, Santi, how are you doing? Hey, I know you love the graphics. But what I'm saying is this feels fake. Business website, WooCommerce and e-commerce experts. It just feels like it doesn't. I see this all the time. Business website, WooCommerce and e-commerce experts. Number one, WooCommerce and e-commerce are technically the same thing. WooCommerce is a type of e-commerce, so I wouldn't say that, number one. How about business website and e-commerce expert? However, this is just, just not working. Brian makes a good about start my. Right, we help you design and build the project, services for your users, audiences, and yeah, Afzal, you need to play catch up. Afzal, if you're watching this, Afzal, can you refresh the page, because I think you're watching in retrospect. Right, we help you design and build the project, services for your users, audiences. Whoa, this is too long. We help you design and build the project services for your users, audiences, and customers. Users are technically your audience. Audience and customer are the same thing, as are users in a way. So when you say for your users, audience, and customers, that's the same thing. So we help you design and build the projects and services. I don't want to be funny here, but that is a very poor header and a subheader, really poor, because it doesn't really tell me anything, right? Everyone does that. It looks to me like a tweet. It doesn't do anything. But this image is a big problem. That button is a problem as well. Let's scroll down. Services that adapt to your business needs. Look at the color scheme again. Look at the color scheme. We've now jumped from this, right, all of this, to this. The color scheme is all over the place. Now we're going into pinks. It just doesn't work. This whole highlight effect as well at the bottom, you don't need it. You don't need this, right? You don't need this. Watch your spelling, graphics, design. You know, watch your spelling, your typos. Watch out for that. Watch your spacing. The spacing looks a bit odd, I have to say, between the letters there. Looks like you got, like, look, here, you see here? Look at this. This looks like a single space, right? This looks like a double space. Can you see that? Can you see in the text? That looks like a double space. That's like a single space. So watch your spacing. Hey, time pass. I'm okay. I'm not going to focus on what you've put here, but I think you need to rethink this because all you're putting in, right, is standard stuff. We help our da-da-da-da. We do da-da-da-da-da. It just feels very lackluster. Again, we've now gone into this different color scheme, right, which is completely detached from that other than the image, but it just doesn't flow. Take full advantage of digital. Your font is too small there. Again, look, this network setup, network support, these don't mean anything. This isn't going to mean anyone. I mean, look, are you IT support or are you a web designer? Are you in IT support or are you a web designer? Because look, this is like IT support. You know, what are you? What are you? Are you like, you know, do you do YouTube as well? Do you do Adobe and Photoshop? You've put your website here. We architect a custom set of website. Look, we architect. I don't mean to be really critical. I don't want to be critical here, but we architect a custom set of website. I'm not sure here. I think the wording, this just doesn't work. And these titles. Number two, right? Number two, you've put your own website there. Why would you do that? This is ridiculous. You don't put your own website down. Hey, look, we also designed our own website. You don't do that. Look, I'm just going to go full screen for a moment because I really just want to say this, right? You don't do that, okay? You don't do that, all right? You then got this over here, Direct Pack. Is this a real website? Is this a real website? Okay, you've got a website over here as well. Is this a real website? Here's Direct Pack. So at the moment, you've only got 3 websites. And they look quite similar. Look at the layout. Header there, all of that, the wording. They don't, you know, they look similar-ish. Okay, anyway, what people are saying about us. So Vincent Smith, is he real? Is he real? Is this one real? I don't think they are. I bet this one's not even real either. I bet none of these are real. So if I was to say to you, right, can I have their details? You're going to get undone. And there's nothing worse than a fake review and testimonial. I don't believe these are real. I mean, look, I can tell they're not real. I mean, obviously they're fake because they're just replicas. I just realised they're replicas. But, okay, anyway, I like the email and submit. This fits your color scheme, right? But your wording just isn't right. I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to look at your mobile. I'm not going to look at this in mobile, okay? Just because I feel like I'm going to have a heart attack if I go in and look at your mobile, right? And I'm not going to go into the mobile. Responsiveness. I'm not going to go into the mobile, all right? I'm not, because I really feel like I'm going to have a panic attack. So let's just look at your web. So, interestingly, it will not let me test your website. So that says to me, like, okay, look, I can't even do your I can't even, well, it's, okay, sod that. I'm not going to do that then. Let's just go to page speed insights, right? Let's just go to page speed insights. Sorry, everyone, I'm just jumping around a little bit here. Let's just do a page speed insight check, right? Because this will reveal a lot. This is going to, hey, Brett, how you doing? Don't worry, Time Pass. The visibility. Still don't have the answer to my yesterday question. The visibility. Remind us what that was again, Time. Oh, hold on. Was that the pop-up one? Right, so on your desktop, okay, you're getting 98, okay? We'll let that go. You're getting 83 here. Your score's not bad. There's a bit of a delay going on there. Yeah, I mean, you might just need to look at your optimization, maybe. I don't know if you're using any optimization plugin. Okay, Afzal, I'm not sure if anything we said there has been good or helped you out or made you hate me now or anything like that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how you feel about all of that. That was probably it probably came across as quite harsh, but I have to be honest. When I see lots of problems, I can't hold back. And sometimes you gotta be told that it did feel amateurish. It felt amateurish. There wasn't any evidence to back it up. You've only got 2 websites. You've got 3, but let's forget yours. You've got 2 websites. I have to be honest, they're not exciting. They're not going to get me jumping up and down and going, wow, ooh, So, I don't know. I'm trying to find a silver lining in all of this, and at the minute I'm struggling. But you got to go back and rethink your wording. You've got to get better evidence on your website, and I think you just need to sort out your branding. What is your branding? I'm really not feeling what your branding is, and I'm intrigued to know about what you've done on your other pages now. Now that I've looked at your website, I now want to see what you've done on your other web pages. So let me now go to your services. You've just replicated what you had there, right? And look, you've now got a completely different style. Hey, Chima, you've now got a completely different style here, right? Look at your footer. Contact us, spelling, typos, watch out for that. This needs to be aligned. You've got it like that, staggered, or like that, staggered. It needs to be in line. Let's now look at your pricing. Now look, you say you're a web designer, and the first service you show us. Hi, Gustavo. Right, very quickly, Gustavo's asked a question. Can you submit to the email address? It's over there, right? Right. So you say you're a web designer. Afzal, are you still there? Or am I talking to the wall? You say you're a web designer, but the first thing you're going to tell people is that you do IT services. What is this? You haven't even mentioned web design anywhere. What about the about? Hey, we're Frontend Nut. I don't want to comment on that, Frontend Nut, but there's no picture. I don't know who you are. We are a group of experts. Are you? So look, can you email over there if you want me to get a website to review? Yeah, do that. It's info@websquadron.co.uk. We are a group of experts. Are you? Or are you just a person? Work. Yeah, again, look, visit website. Let's go visit that website then. Your contact, you could shrink that. Doesn't have to be so wide. You could shrink it down to a 500-600 boxed width. Right, let's now go look at your this website you built. So you've built this. Right. Okay. I want someone here. Right now. Okay. I'm looking at you. Tell me what you notice on this website that Afzal has built. I'm gonna be super fucking critical now. I'm really sorry, right? I am smashing out now. Okay. Tell me what is wrong with this real website. Tell me what is wrong with this real website. Number 1. Tell me what's wrong. Tell me what's wrong with this real website. Tell me what's wrong with this website. I'm giving you the opportunity, everyone, to just study the footer and tell me what's wrong. And I'm hoping someone's going to give me a damn good answer. Yeah, exactly, Brian. I think you were thinking like me, Frontend Nut. I was like, it doesn't really. Yeah, you know what time pass sounds? I feel like someone needs to work with you maybe to try and come up with a solution or something. Yeah, hold on, Afzal. No. It's not the colours. It's not the colours. No. It's not the links. Study it. Study the right. Let me expand it because I think you might be right. Let me expand on the page. Right. Tell me what you think is wrong there. Tell me what you think is wrong. Tell me what you think is wrong. Note, Chima. Note. Okay. Is there anybody on the live chat? Is there anybody on the live chat from the UK? Is there anybody on the live chat from the UK? In fact, I'm just going to move myself because there's another little problem. So let me show you problem number 1. Terms and conditio number 1. Conditio, exactly, right. But is there anybody here from the UK? Anybody here from the UK? Hey, Eddie. Hey, Eddie, I bet you're happy, right? I bet you were like this when Messi scored. Yeah! Hey, Absol. Aha! Jason has hit the nail on the head. So, Afzal, and I want you to be really honest with me here now, okay, Afzal? Okay, right? This is a company based in Manchester, right? With this postcode, right? Let me now just double check where that postcode goes, right? So, that postcode goes to Hyde. Right? So that postcode goes to Manchester there, right? Over here we go. Where are we? We go to this unit over here, right? E-Foods. It's a food shop or something, right? We do have a mobile number at the top. There was a mobile number I spotted. This number isn't a UK number. Do we even know where that number goes? I feel like Columbo now. Where does this number go? So you see here, that number is going over to this person here, right? Dowie Holding. There we go. New York. There's the number. See that number there? There's the number, right? See the number? Look at it. Look at that number there. There's the phone number. See the number? 578-393-4937. 578-393-4937. So I've got to ask a very direct question. Afzal, is this a real website? Is this a real website? Is this a real website? Or is it a fake one? Is it one you made? If it's one you made, that's okay. But I'm not sure. Anyway, look. Right. I think I'm done a little bit with slicing and dicing this. But what I would say, Afzal, is just go back to the drawing board a little bit. Tip number 1, think about your branding. What are your colours? Tip number 2, think about your wording. Tip number 3, think of your killer headline. Just to say you are a business website, e-commerce expert. Everyone could say that. Everyone could say that, right? Hey, do you like it, Carapos? I think a lot of you might forget, that for 20 years I worked in analytics. I was head of business intelligence and analytics with the NHS in Leicestershire, Lincolnshire, London and Kent. All right, I was head of the department, right? And I've got a law degree, so I'm very much like, what's going on here? Anyway, but Afzal, think about your wording. Killer headline. Don't be generic. Think about your services. Also define, what are you? This is quite a serious question, right? What are you? Are you IT support? Are you a web designer? Okay. If you do want to create fake pages, that's okay. That's okay. But you then need to kind of make clear, just put in an image or something like that. Because when you say visit site, it came across like a real site and you put a phone number there. So what if someone was like, oh, I want to work with Afzal, Frontend Nut. There's a phone number here. I'm going to call that phone number and say, what was Afzal like? They call the phone number or send an email and the person's like going, who the fuck are you? I don't know any Afzal. What are you talking about? You've lost trust, right? So I do say, if you have not got a portfolio and you want to create fake websites, you can do that. But then you have to think about what do you show on there and how do you show it and all of that. Does that make sense? The minute you put an email or a phone number on there, there is nothing to stop me calling them. And you know what? Sometimes when I want to work with someone or I want them to do something for me and they show me who they've done work for, I then go and find a phone number. Because sometimes they don't give you the details. But if you know it's like John Smith who works for a company, I can easily find them on LinkedIn. And I'll go and email them. What was your services like with this guy? Right? In fact, let me give you an example. Right? About a year and a half ago, a company contacted me and says, look, for £2,000, right, as a one-off cost, we will give you oven-ready leads. Every day you will get 50 leads. You pick and choose who you want to contact. I was like, nah, that sounds a bit fake. No, it is. And then they sent me a screenshot of about 20 companies that work for them. They didn't give me any contact details. They didn't give me any phone numbers or email. They just gave me the names of the companies. And they said, look, they're all in the UK and they use us. You know what I did when they did that? Because it was a video call. I took a screenshot. I took a screenshot. I then contacted the first 6. Of the 6 I contacted, 1 never got back to me. But 5 of them did. And do you know what they all said? Watch out. This company are fake as shit. They take your money. Hey, Maddie, they take your money. You get rubbish leads. They'll give you a list of companies. You contact them and they're like, what you contacting me for? I don't need a website. I'm happy. Go away. You get abuse. And I just thought, man alive, the dodginess of some people. Absolutely, Eddie. Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. I agree as well. But if you're just showing an example of a website you've built, and you just want to give an idea of how you build things, stuff like that, then it's okay not to have them in there. Isn't that a funny story? So this company out the blue, and I was like, what? And I wanted to probe them, and it was a guy who lived in Nottingham, so he's like 30 miles away from me. Really, swish office, really nice suit. Yeah, we can do all this. Yeah, £2,000, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, does not sound real at all. But I took a screenshot, contacted them, because all you got to do, hey Andrew, yeah, I dropped in a bit early today. Sorry about that, mate. Sorry about that. But no, you just go onto LinkedIn, do a search, and you find the companies. You go to Facebook, you find the company. You get their email, you ring them up. And I said to them, I think you need to contact that company because they're giving out your details and they're making people think that you are working with them. Therefore, they are approved and all of that. Exactly, Brett. It's appalling, isn't it, Brett? Because they make these very convincing arguments. And I did contact the person back again. In fact, should I tell you the name of the company? Because do you know what? They advertise like mad on Facebook. They're all over Facebook, all over it, and TikTok, all over it. Do you want to know the name of the company? They're called Experts Market. Expert Market. Their logo is like an X. Expert, EXPERT Market. They're everywhere on Facebook and TikTok. You know, with loads of adverts. Loads. Okay, everyone, just check what's comments is coming on. Oh, really, Brett? Do you know what, Brett? When we were first, when we were exploring other avenues, I saw that and I was a bit like, I wonder how real that was. And I think that's what they do, isn't it? They just scrape. In fact, there's quite a lot of strategies people do, don't they? They say you just go on to Google or wherever and you just scrape the details. And I find that cold emailing has a very low success rate. It can work for you really lucratively, but the amount of work and effort required, is it really worth it? Frontend Nut, okay, Frontend Nut Afzal sounds like... Okay, look, if someone said to me my company was called Frontend Nut, do you know what I think when I hear that? Do you know what I think when I hear Frontend Nut? And I don't mean to offend anyone now, right, but Frontend Nut means psychopath to me. It means psychopath, right? I don't trust any gorilla. Yeah, Brian, watch out for the gorilla, especially if you've seen trading places. Brett, sucked me into $27 lifetime license. It was upsell. Yeah. I'm glad you managed to get a refund if you did get a refund. Gorilla Glue is brilliant. Gorilla Tape is not so good. Gorilla Glue is good. Where are we talking about? Yeah, Frontend Nut. I mean, my question to you, Afzal, is why did you come up with the name Frontend Nut? Hey, Nikos, it is snowing in Sweden. Hey, make sure you got your gloves on. Hey, D. D, I started early. Do you know something? Hey, can I tell you? Can we go back onto Frontend Nut? And then I'll come back to what D said. Frontend Nut, and I really don't mean to offend anyone, but it says to me psychopath. It says to me like someone who's like going to come after you and they're just going to smash your head open, right? That's what Frontend Nut goes. So I'd love to know, Afzal, where did you come up with the name Frontend Nut? Did you... I know what you did. You went on to Google and you went on to Business Name Generator. And it said to you, do you like it from the front or from the back? And you said, oh, I like it from the front. Okay. Do you like the start or the end? Oh, I'll go for the end. Ooh, do you like jam or nuts? And you went, ooh, I love nuts. And they went, aha, we're going to generate a name for you. Front End Nut. That's probably how you got it. Right, now let's go on to the German meeting. I'm giving away now what happened. I was meant to have a meeting at 6 p.m. UK time with the Elemental German group. They advertised that I would be present. They even put me on their slide pack to say I would be present. I contacted the organizer who organized it twice yesterday with, I haven't got the link. He read it. You know, on Facebook, you can tell when someone's read your message because the face appears next door to it. He didn't reply. He didn't even send me the link. I didn't even get a link. Therefore, there was no 6 p.m. meeting. I was sat here until 20 past 6, like this. Like this. I was sat there waiting. And if I'm kept waiting, the next time they ask me to join any call or anything like that again, I'm going to say, do you know what I'm going to say? Cover your ears right now. Fuck off, quite frankly. I seriously mean this. If I ever get asked to attend their Elemental meetup again, they can get lost because I sat there, made sure I had all of that time reserved, right? Contacted them twice, nothing. And I'm like, fine, stand me up, right? And that's it. You lose my support. Chima, I think they are trying an edgy feel for the brand. A couple of brands like they exist. D-brand? What's that, Chima, you're saying? Oh. Frontend Nut, not a bad handle in a development forum. I mean, I'll tell you, man. Hey, Mia, great to have you. By the way, some of you are probably thinking, my God, the language coming out of his mouth. This is so bad. Just don't worry about it, okay? Don't worry about it. I have also done something last night that may come back to haunt me, but I have made a very big decision. No, Eddie, there was no payment. No, Eddie, there was no payment. It was free of charge. Hey, Ansanti, take care. Loving your new shorts and stuff. You're not the shorts you're wearing, but you know, your YouTube shorts and all of that, and all the little videos doing, they're great. No, Eddie, it was free. It was me giving up my time to attend because they wanted me to. I wasn't sure how that was going to work out, but hey, you know, yeah. I knew you would, Brett. I knew you would. Right, I'm going to come back to Ishanka. Great to have you here in a moment, but I just want to answer something about... I've done something yesterday, and it may come back to haunt me. In fact, let's do Ishanka's question, and then I'll tell you what I've done, okay? And by the way, if anyone here wants a review of their... when you go onto my website too, and I don't know how to fix it. What? Gustavo. Someone called Gustav, who wants me to review his website. Gustav, are you still here? Right, okay, wait, I'll tell you in a moment. I'll tell you in a minute. Ishanka is from Sri Lanka. My country block playing US dollars outside. For me, buying it isn't hard now. How do you recommend free plug? No, I don't. I'm really sorry, Ashanka, but you're not going to like the sound of this, right? You're not going to like the sound of this, right? You're not going to like the sound of this at all. If you want to go down the road of Elemental free and lots of third-party plugins, you can if you're careful. If you are really, really careful. However, if you want to make it as a serious business, I strongly recommend you go for Elemental Pro and swallow the cost and save up for it. Cut back on takeaways, cut back on night outs, cut out on going to the cinema. Do something, because if you don't, you may regret it if you start going crazy with too many third parties. Okay, Gustavo, I'm going to go and review your website. So Gustavo is from Brazil. Great to have you here. Hope the weather... what's the weather like in Brazil right now? We're going to go into his website, but I want to tell you about something I've done last night, which I think was a bit of a brave move from me, okay? So in the last, I would say quite a lot in the last 12 months, every time I try and help some people out on the Elemental Facebook group, even the Elemental Witch plugin group and loads of places, I get attacked quite a bit. There's a lot of people who don't like the amount of love. There's loads of people that I get a lot of love from in the Elemental group, right? I'm not going to lie there. I get quite a lot of love. And a lot of people don't like that. Oh, you're fanboying Imran and all of that. A lot of them don't like the videos I sometimes say, look, here's a solution for you. Go watch the video. They don't like that. A lot of them also don't like that. They just don't like me. They literally do not like me, okay? And I'm basically fed up of it. I am totally effing fed up of continuous berating when all I'm doing is trying to help people out. And what you see publicly isn't always the same as what I get private messages. I get people sending stuff. And I don't report them because I can't be asked to go down that whole reporting route. However, as of last night, I am now no longer going to contribute to the global Elemental community, the Elemental Witch plugin, or any of the other Elemental groups. I'm not contributing. I'm not going to do that, okay? Because quite frankly, we've already got the Web Squadron group. We have a lot of amazing people in there. We have enough questions in there as well. There's always new questions, So to balance out my time, I am no longer going to contribute. I know some people sometimes tag me in the global elemental community in Facebook. You can tag me as much as you want. I won't be replying. Okay. So I will be. I'm not gonna put myself through the mud kind of thing, which is what often happens where people they just get off on attacking, and I kind of think sod them. The BRICS group, I'm still participating in that, but the Elemental Global one, quite frankly, forget it. I'm not getting involved. Right, Gustavo. Is it Gustavo? It is Gustavo. Right, so Gustavo, let's go into your website, okay. I'm going to put translate in just so we can all understand it. Let me just get my face down over here. Right, so this is Gustavo's website. I'm going to refresh it again just to see what design. So we don't, okay, no, there's no real animation going on. So we have Gustavo upon, is that about? Let's assume it's about. I think this white header is bigger than it needs to be. So look, if I scroll really quickly, that's quite a big header, Gustavo. Ooh, look at that. The colour's changed. Why did that happen? Your colour changed there. But your header does... Hey, Artif, hope you're all right, mate. I think you can get this down to be something like that. Something like that. Your header does not need to be so big. So I've got your height to be about 50. At the moment, your height is 80. You are 80 pixels in height. We can shave that down to 50. Now, number 2, something strange is happening with your hero banner. Look, at some point it's going to change color, and I don't look there. I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. Anyway, look, let's just refresh that, right? Let's just refresh that. Turning ideas into digital experience. I'm not liking the scale effect. I don't think you need to do that. I don't think you need to do the scale. Look, there, it's happened again. It's happened again. Don't know what that is. But anyway, more than 5 years building bridges. Do you know what? You don't need to say that. Get rid of that and just do building bridges between customer expectations and user satisfaction. Building bridges between customer expectations and users. You don't need to say the 5-year bit. All right, you don't need to say the 5-year bit. Okay. Then we scroll down to this. Are these all the websites you've built, Gustavo? Ah, right. Is it a video? Oh, it's a video. Duh, it's a video. Well spotted, Pavel. Can you get your video to loop, Gustavo? You need to get your video to loop because you're right. Pavel's right. The video ending. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah. Are these your websites, Gustavo? Is that your... I'm doing okay, Artif, by the way, as well. Are these your websites? I don't think you need to have this scroll. You've got a scroll up effect. Can you see it? It scrolls up. As I go up, because look, it makes this huge. I don't think you need to do that. I don't see the fun in doing that. I wouldn't do that. Get rid of this, meet some of the clients I've had the pleasure of working with. Ditch that and just have the word with my clients. You don't need that. Meet some of the clients I've had the pleasure of working with. It sounds like you're an escort. It sounds like people are booking you for some nookie or whatever, okay? Meet some of the clients I've had the pleasure of working with. Just have my clients. Ditch that. Just have my clients. Just have that. Turning ideas Brian makes a good point. Turning ideas into digital experience. It's, you got to come up with a more punchier thing there. Projects. Right, now I'm looking at these 3 projects. Otto Furniture, Patrimonium, Ski, and PSI, right? Oh, there they are, Ski. Yeah, I can see some of them now. So these are your websites, okay? Projects. Yep, okay. The image zoom in is now. It kind of works. It kind of works. And then part of it doesn't work for me. Like, look, you know here, this doesn't even look like a website, even though it is a website on the mobile. But because this is not a phone, so you know here, you've got this image here, and this image. If you're going to do this, you need to have it embedded within an iPhone frame. So this you can get away with, that you can get away with. But you know when you do this, it needs to be inside an iPhone or an Android phone, because I'm not getting that feel at all. It just looks like you've just shrunk, just shrunk it down. More than 5. You don't need to say 5 years. You don't need to say that. You could get rid of that. You could get rid of that. Completely get rid of that. Okay. Actually, I can see it now. I can see it. Yeah, I can see that. I can see the phone now. Actually, I see here. You have got the phone layout here, but can you see here? This looks a bit wrong. That white, like it's cut out. It's chiseled out. It's chiseled out there. So you got to think about your background color. This might need to be darker a bit, or you have a black phone. I'm not going to focus on the wording. Are we going to work together? No, don't say are we going to work together. No. You don't say are we going, right? Not are we going. You're going to say let's work together. Let's get this project started. Let's get this party started. That's what you want to do. Not are we going to. Are we going to is like, well, no, forget it. It's like someone saying, I'm going to the toilet. Are you coming? You'd be like, what? No, you go yourself. But if someone grabbed you and went, hey, let's go to the toilet, you're going to be, yeah, I'm ready. I don't know what you're ready for, but you're ready for something. Yeah. So, I think you just got to, I'm just going to come out of that. I think you just got to think about your main headline, turning ideas into digital experiences. Something's not right. It just... same thing about building bridges with customer expectation. What you really want to be saying is, we can do this. We will achieve something. Because when you say building bridges between expectation and user satisfaction, it's very airy-fairy, isn't it? We are going to build bridges. So I think you just got to think a little bit about that. You have a nice portfolio with some nice websites, but just think about your headlines a little bit more there. Yeah, get your consultation. There you go. Brian's got an even better one. Get your consultation. And that's the thing. Come and get it. Do you want a consultation? I'd be like, no, I don't really. I don't want a consultation. But, so have a think about it. Hey, Peter, by the way, great to have you here as well. Yeah. If anyone else wants a quick review of their website, please don't forget to send it over. Oh, what's this? I think I've been... Sorry. I'm just double checking Facebook, because I think I've been invited to something. I think I've been invited to something. No, I don't know if I have or not. What's going on here? Oh, yeah, the 3.10 thing. Oh, yeah. Mark Harris has just said, thanks to the 3.10 update, this will get Paul and Imran off your back. I'm just going to reply with, never. So if I'm included in a comment, I might reply to the comment if I want, but I'm not going to actively go through and start answering questions in the Elemental community group. And I think it's just because I've drawn a line in the sand now, and I've decided I've had enough of having to defend myself all the time. Yeah, Gustavo, what you want to do, and there's nothing wrong with this, is just look at other people, look at other websites, look what they do. Take their words and remold them, right? At the end of the day, a bulk of all websites out there are using the same kind of words, just in a slightly different order, or however they're doing it, right? So if you use the same words, Yeah, Carapos, I would have liked it if we had the nestable slider and the nestable carousel. Of all the nestable features that bricks have, nestable tabs is the least I'm interested in. Slider and carousel, that's a different matter. Mel makes a really good observation. You got to try and get your keyword in there, right? So when you do your, you've got to kind of, if you're nichifying or working on a type of luxury website or whatever, you got to try and get those words in. Because when you just say stuff like, yeah, we design websites, or like the last one we had with Afzal, which was business websites and e-commerce, that is so broad, you're going to get lost in the noise. You're going to get lost in the noise. I mean, it's difficult to come up with headlines and words that are so different that you stand out, but you can help yourself not become too common and too broad where people go, yeah, but what do you do? What do you do? Hey, we create websites. Yeah, I know that, but I don't really know any more about you or anything like that. So yeah, it's been a bit of a life-changing moment for me. It's been a bit of a life-changing moment for me yesterday. So, it's going to be interesting because, yeah. Hey, Paul, great to have you here. And by the way, thank you, Paul, for your screenshot that you added in to the Web Squadron group. Great to have you there as well. In terms of that bit of, oh God, what was it again? It was the two columns. It was turning everything into one column, and I was falling over myself trying to find where it was. But you spotted it. And you put in the correct change for them to implement, and hopefully they will go and stick that in a I don't know, CSS usually should do the job. Unlock Lord, how are you? Calculation based on product and what user input. Yeah, Forminator. So Unlock Lord, you need to use Forminator. No, Peter, I've just decided that I'm not going to contribute to the global elemental group. If I'm included in a comment, I'll decide if I'm going to comment or not, but I'm not going to. I used to actively go in, and when I could see that someone had a problem, I would actively go in and try and answer it or solve it or point them in the right direction. I won't be doing that anymore. Hey, don't worry, Gustavo, and we've all been there, you know, and sometimes when you have a peer review from other people that work in the industry, it can be much more powerful than if you've ever just said to your friends or family, hey, what do you think of my website? And they're like, oh yeah, that's really cool. But they'll say that to anything. You could put a photograph up of someone having a shit on a toilet, and they'd be like, wow, I never knew it was like that. So, you know, yeah. Sometimes customers don't evaluate, though, do they? Hey, Artif, Imran, do the opposite. Ooh, go on, Artif, what should I do? What should I, the opposite, RT. What should I do? You better tell me what I do. D, I have a question about SEO and keywords. I'm struggling to think of unique for the dozens of blog posts. Our website is about Tower Garden. So what was it about one of the particular Tower Garden posts? So was it like recycling in the garden? Was it creating the obelisks or whatever you call them? Was it potting? Was it composting? Was it weeding, pruning? Was it what was it about that post? What was it about that post? What was it? And that should start to give you the basis of the keyword. And the best way to think of it is sometimes when you get a movie, the title of the movie, does the title of the movie relate to anything important, even if it's subconscious, about the movie, right? Star Wars, right? You know, if they had called the movie like Rescue the Princess, that's a bit too broad, isn't it? So it's kind of like, can you find something that works for you there? Point them in the right direction. Yeah, Atif, I'm not sure about that anymore. Yeah, absolutely, Peter. It's more of a yeah, and it's it just means that I can focus, because at the moment when I open Facebook, I've got tons of messages coming in from the Elemental Global community because I've replied or I've commented somewhere. And what it's now doing is, because I stopped commenting as of last night, the number of notifications I'm getting now on Facebook has massively dropped. Before I was getting loads of notifications, so it's kind of dropped down a bit. Absolutely what Eddie says there, SEMrush. Go and look at other blogs, okay, and see what you get. To be honest, Artif, it might do, it might not. And at the end of the day, Artif, I'm still doing videos, right? We've still got the Web Squadron Facebook group. We're still doing the live chats. If people want to come and find us or whatever, and if people want to, you know, say, hey, go and watch this video, they can happily do that. But what I'm going to do is I won't do that because too many people have accused me of monopolizing. So what they're saying is, oh, you're always there doing a video. And I'm like, because I've got a video to guide them on it. What do you want me to do? Write an essay? You know, so... Absolutely, John. Yeah, this is cold. It's cold. So these are my sleeve gloves. These are my sleeve gloves. I don't know why I make that stupid noise. I really don't. Afzal, thank you for your brood. Yeah, look, Afzal, you can get it right. You can get it right. We've all been there, and you will get it right. Hey, Richard, how are you? How are you doing? What are you up to, Richard, these days? Don't often see you as much, but what are you up to? D, vertical airport, look up living towers, ignore the current. That's what I'm building here to replace that pile of crap. Ooh, it's not a pile of crap, D. It's just something that needs sprucing up. Like, basically, it's like a flower pot which has been left outside in winter, and you're now just redoing the pot, okay? You're redoing the pot. William, I have just made my first website and have sent it to your email. Please, can you review it? Ooh, William. William has. There we go. Right, let's go on to William's website. Are we ready, William? Are you ready, William? By the way, William, can you please tell me, though, are you a web designer, right? Can you just clarify, is this your company, or is this a web design for a client? Can you just clarify that before I jump into it and put it on screen? So is this for a client, or is this for your website? Paul is so high. What are you, on a plane? On a ladder? Hey, it's not. It's actually a it's actually my son's. This is my son's scarf. Minecraft. This is his scarf, and I'm just wearing it because it's because it's so small. Because it is so small, it's nice and snug, very snug. Yeah. So William, is this your website or is this a client website? Copywriting AI, Iraziel Freelance. Great to have you here. I think it's okay as long as you change the words and make it work for whatever you're doing. Yeah, of course, Afzal. I will look at it when you're ready. Working non-stop on projects. Hey, Richard, this sounds good. You are now justifying the pizzas. You're doing well, my friend. Hey, Alex, by the way. So back to William. This is a lead generation website owned by me. Right, so this is... So you build fences then, is that right? He doesn't know I wear it, John. Right, let's go on to... There's a few things I've noticed, okay? So, William, get ready for this, okay? So, firstly, when I refresh it, okay, we've got these words flying in. The words flying in is very... I find it... I'm trying to think of the right word. It feels like it's shocking in too much, right? It's coming in too much. Like that. It just feels like boom, boom, boom. It's just too much. Hey, Jimmy, great to have you here. Hey, look, make sure you unpack, do what you got to do, okay, and you will be absolutely fine. Right, so Fencing Farnborough, that... Oh, I just noticed a highlight. Ooh, we've got pink going on here. What the heck? This is new. We've got pink. Wow. This is a bit unusual. Anyway, whoops, sorry. Fencing Farnborough. That could be bigger. Is that the logo? Is that the logo? Installing quality fences for... See, look, the problem I have with this is I'm having to wait before I can read it. I'm having to wait. Da-da-da. Installing quality fences for da-da-da. 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 So it's like Hampshire's home for reliable fencing services, serving a favour. That's okay. However, it's very much over there. Like it's occupying. If I show you here, right? It's like this. It's just it's like here, right? It's not even there. It's like that, something like that, right? And then you got this small image. This is tiny. What you really want to be doing is making that image be a full width image, and then this column you make it be a white background with a bit of transparency. White background with a bit of transparency, so you can still see some of the fencing behind. But okay, look, I've got to pick two problems here, right? Number one, this image is quite small, and a chunk of the image are the plants. A chunk of the images are the plants, not the fence, right? There isn't a full fence here, right? There isn't a full fence here. Look, that bit fence is covered. So I'm not getting a full fence. Number one. Full width background, you got to do that. Column 1, you have the white background or this grey background, but you go a little bit transparent, so it helps the words to show up. But that's what you want to do, number 1. So don't do that. And the logo, have it up here, okay? And there's no menu either. I just noticed there's no menu. If you're going to do this, make it white. That's got to be white, number 1. You've got to make it white. Yeah, so this is okay, but it's got to be white. And if you make this image full width, it will work better with this. This just feels too like boom. It feels a bit blunt at the moment, right? Right, okay. Farnborough fencing. Right, you've got a carousel over here. Okay, yeah. Book to get your free estimate. I don't think you've done enough to sell it yet. You haven't done enough to sell it. No, I was just saying, it's been a while, Pickstar, since I've seen that. It's been a while because you get so used to the normal way, right? So you've got one image, and then you've jumped straight into book to get your free estimate. You haven't sold it enough yet. You haven't sold it enough because all you got is this one image. You got a couple of testimonials, but that's about it. By the way, Harry, that person there, we know these are fake pictures, right? But anyway, oh, hold on. Now, you see, look, here we got a bit of confusion creeping in. We've got this testimonial, and then we got the Google reviews. If I was you, I wouldn't do this if you're going to have the Google reviews. I would pick one. For now, I would pick one. Or shove this at the bottom of the page, I just think. Also, we're still not seeing any more images. Like, there's an image, no image, no image. Because if you're saying you've done 30 commercial projects and 110 residential, over 140, I'd be expecting loads of images now. Like, especially for the commercial, because that's not commercial, number one. So you got to think about your target audience. Do you want more residential projects, which is that image, or do you want more high ticket, money, commercial projects? So you got to think about the images you put out there. 6 reasons why you should invest. Property value. This, right? This, all of this entire section needs to be below here. This needs to be smaller, right? This does not need to be so big, by the way. So this entire bit could be something like, I don't know, about that big, right? Doesn't need to be as big, right? Slightly smaller font, white font as well. Then you have down here your 6, these, right? Then you have this, right? You have this, okay? And you could stylize it a little bit differently as well, okay? I'm not going to go into style. Get a free no-blog. Again, look, no images. No images, right? So you're missing the images really, really badly. Look, again, I'm just going to scroll through this quickly now. I don't know what's going on down here. That just looks like a testimonial that's broken. I'm guessing you've got images here. I don't know, I can't. What we got here? Something's not showing up. You got a carousel, something here which isn't showing up. I'm guessing it's images, which might be broken. Again, look, what our customers say. Be careful. You're overdoing it now, and it will start to feel desperate, so be careful of that. A lot of text, you got your map. If you're going to do this, make it all start at the top. Our fencing package, not sure about that. Not sure about that at the moment. Because if you were going to do that, if you're going to do this, you need to try and connect it back to this. So what you do is you have your box, and then you might have this form embedded within it. In fact, if you were to make this one section, you could have this on the left-hand side, and then you have the contact form on the right. You have this on the left, and on the right, you have the contact form, okay? But the design it's not the FAQ. Look, this is, look. Can you see here? You need to make them start at the top because you've got this offset going on, which does not look good. Especially here, like this is now, definitely not good. But I would say, you need to have a bit of rethink. You need a rethink here at the moment. You do need a rethink over here, but what you're really, really, really missing out on are images, and there's no other page. Look, there's no other page. So the images are just not there. The images aren't there. And I bet when you look at this on a mobile, right? I bet if you, let me just shrink this down. I bet on mobile, right? Here we go. So look, that pink there, it doesn't work. The pink there does not work at all. You got one image, and then we go, look at this, look. Text, 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 form, text, icon, text, 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 text. Then I think that's an image carousel, I think. Am I right, William? Is that an image carousel that's not working? You know, I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot. So I think you just need to have a rethink. And I would say go and look at other landscaper websites. Go and look at some examples, because that is... I think you're gonna get a lot of people lose interest because they're gonna go, well, what does he do? Oh, look, let me tell you how I work, right? Let me tell you how it works, right? Okay, you're telling me you've got 140 plus, right? Okay, let me go back over here. You got 140 plus, 30 commercial, 110, but you've only got one image. Boop, one image. You got to rethink that. You've got to totally rethink that. And if I was a company right now and you worked in Hampshire, Farnborough, my question to you would be, which companies did you do it for then? So you got to be able to name them off. You got to have them on. You want to be showing off those companies. If you've done one for the NHS, get it on there. If you've done one for the council, get it on there. If you've done one for a shopping centre, a building estate, everybody in Hampshire knows that there's like 200 brand new houses being built right over there. Some like it, some don't like it. But you did the fencing for all of them. Get it on there. Because then people that live in Farnborough or Hampshire are going to go, hey, I know that. Yeah, I saw that fence. Yeah, I see it every day. I remember seeing them build it. You connect with them and you build a relationship. And most of all, you build trust. You build trust, right? You build trust. So when you build trust, people are more likely to now contact you. But on the back of one image, which looks like it's taken in the back of someone's garden, and I see more of the plants than I do of the fence, doesn't work, right? But you could, what Pavel says, you could create this into a one-page website with a menu anchor at the top, and it takes them down to the gallery, to the testimonial, to the get a quote button and all of that. And you could lose heart. I mean, look, I'm going to do something right now, okay? I'm going to do something. And I don't often do this, right? Let me now just do something. Okay. Let me just do this, right? Go full page. Do. Just bear with me. You're going to see what I'm doing in a moment, everyone, okay? You're going to see what I'm doing. It's coming. I know, don't get excited, but it's coming, all right? It's coming. Steady down, all of you. Right, so this is the page in full, right? There's your page in full. Okay? Oh, man, why did I do that? There you go, look, there's your page in full. I'm not sure why it's put another image down there. It seems to have done that. So there's a bit of a mistake there in how it took the screenshot. But look at that. That's a lot going on. And it doesn't flow. Even with the brown colours, they just feel like they've been interjected kind of thing, right? It's just... I think it needs a bit of a rethink. William, I don't know how you feel about that. And I don't want to sound overly critical about it because it's your business and all of that. But I hope you kind of... William, you need to go to your nav menu and say stop the breakpoint. There'll be a in your setting in your Elementor nav menu. It will say when does the breakpoint occur. And you just say never, none. Or you can hire us to work on your website, but you probably don't want to do that. But I really think you need to have a big rethink about that and about what are others doing. I could tell you what others are doing as well, but it's... And the other thing also is, can I also say this? This is very common with construction companies, right? This is very, This is very common with landscaping businesses, construction companies, and people that work outside. They all take a picture with their mobile phone, right? Picture with a mobile phone is fine. The trouble is, though, when they take the picture, they haven't thought about the light or the shadows or where they are. And a lot of do you know how many times I worked with a landscaper once, right? Did their website. 90% of their photos showed one of the workers stood there like half naked. You know, like they're wearing shorts, they've got the spade, they've got the digger or the prude sticks or whatever, and they're not wearing a top, and they're like that. Yeah! Or they're stood there with a can in their hand. Yeah! You know, or they're like that with a cigarette going, yeah, look at this fence. Yeah! And I sat there thinking, what the fuck? Are you advertising your workers or the work or what you've done? And also what a lot of them don't do, and here's another thing, they don't do before and after images. So what you really want to do is say, this is what it looked like before and this is what afterwards. The commercial ones, that's a winning ticket. This is what the commercial property or business looked like before, and this is what it looked like after. In fact, Iriziel's just said it as well. Picture before and after. So many of them, and I go, where's your before picture? Oh, we didn't take one. Or they did take one, and it was like nighttime. And I go, you can't even see it. I said, even if I try to brighten the image, I can't even see what you did. Ah, well, who cares? People care. The most popular before and after images are on interior design, architecture, landscaping, construction, all of that stuff, right? People love before and after images. I'm telling you now, right? If you do a website for interior design or landscaping, you've got to get the before and after. And then you can get a widget or a plugin to get your slider effect, right? That is what you do. I know, Paul, nighttime, like flipping heck. And what happened was, because they've used their flash on their phone, you get a burst of light and everything looks yellow. The grass looks yellow. Everything looks yellow. And what's even worse is when you can see someone in a window in a neighbouring property like that. Where they're like this. And you're thinking, what the hell are you doing? Hey, look, William, right? You know, look, if I would love to offer my services to help you out, because if I know it's your business, I don't want you to ruin what you're doing. But, have a think about your layout and what you're doing, okay? Have a think about that. Technox Crypto. I was wondering what happens if WordPress just stops making updates. WordPress will not stop making updates. WordPress has been around for so long, right? WordPress is not going to go down. WordPress ain't going to go down. I'm telling you now. WordPress is always evolving and they can see how it's working out pretty well for them. I see no reason for WordPress. WordPress is not like Wikipedia, where Wikipedia, everyone was using it, and then Wikipedia started saying, oh, please donate $6. If you don't donate $6, we're going to struggle. Oh. You know, WordPress is a different model. I don't fully know how they do their income train. I don't know how they balance things off. But WordPress Technox is totally fine. Absolutely, Sam. Before and after on site redesigns, yep. Oh, that was my phone. Sorry, I just got a message on my phone. Oh, what's this? I've got a message from someone. Is someone going to say they don't like my scarf? What? Forget that. Yeah, it's one of those like junk emails. Oh, you had a parcel. We need to deliver it for you, but you need to pay for your parcel. Get lost. Don't fall for that shit. Yeah, remodeling clients works really, really well. Exactly, Brett's right. The minute WordPress stop updating, you will have millions. The millions and millions of websites will be angry. Okay, so WordPress have got too much of a infrastructure. you know. Yeah, I'm one of those people, you know, when you go to a website and there's the slider for the before and after. Sometimes I just sit there for ages going, ooh, what about this? What about that? Ooh, how can I get it bang on the eye and the nose? Ooh, is it exactly in the right place? Did they position their camera in exactly the right location? Or can I see that it was too far back or too far forward or too high or low? Ooh, what about the time of day? Ooh, that's the evening. Ooh, have they used any trickery? You know when you watch TV programs and they go, here's what the house looked like before, and it's all like dulled lighting. You know, they put like an overlay. It's like, ooh, and then they go da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, and they go to the renovated room, and now they've got the lights on and the colours are popping, and all of that. Sorry, I get carried away, don't I? I do get carried away. I'm young at heart, I am. I'm young at heart. So how would you sell a free estimate? What? How would I sell a free layout? Well, William, what you got to think about, what you got to think about is, your top is your hero banner. What do you do? After that, what are your services, okay? To be honest, right, I don't think people care how many projects you've done. If I want to work with someone, I don't care if they've done 10 gardens or 1,000,000. I want someone who can do what I need. I want to know they can do what I need them to do for me. I don't care how many they've built. I really don't care. You know, it's like when someone says, hi, I've got 20 years experience, but they're probably very lazy. Whereas someone who's got very little experience, they know their stuff. They can deliver and act, and all of that. Hey, SI, hope you're okay. So, hero banner, right? Your services. Then you want, make sure your hero banner's got a big image. Your third section, back it up now with more images. Show off the commercial projects. Show the before and afterwards. Back it up. Show this is what we did. This is how long it took, maybe. Whatever, okay? No pictures of you walking around without your shirt on, okay? Or telling everyone what cans of drinks you drink. No one needs to know that, okay? Then you go on to maybe a bit more detail about maybe how you operate, any particular areas, any particular types of materials, right? Then you get onto the form, the contact form. And then underneath that, you have your testimonials and your footer, okay? Testimonial and footer. Hero banner. Okay, hero banner. So hero banner, services. Let me get this right. Hero banner, services, images with some before and after shit. Maybe some further details. Contact form. Testimonial. Footer. Right? There you go. That's all you need. And the footer is almost like a but that's it. And the testimonial is a bit You really want them to make a decision before they get to that. You want them to be so impressed by your services, your images, and the people you might have worked with. Look, we did it for that school or that hospital, that they are sold. They don't need to see your testimonial. They are sold at that point. Right? Because deep down, I don't trust half of the testimonials I read on websites. I sort of go, is that real? Is that fake? But has the website or the service done enough to make me go, I think these guys know what they're doing? That's where I want to get to. Right, SI, I can show you a website slider, not mine, so you can tell, is it possible with Elementor? Yeah, go for it. Email it over. Email it over, SI. If you email it, we'll go on, look at it right now. We have been live for 1 hour 33. If you email it over, we'll have a look at it. info@websquadron.co.uk. Hey, don't worry, TechNox. Look, the reason I do it is because it's great for building up a community. Yeah. Exactly, Pixar. Pixar, if I was landscaping, you'd see cans of Pepsi Max everywhere. You'd think this was a photo of a recycling plant. I just read what Sam said. Nice chest. Yeah, but William, if you think about it, your company's work is the service. What you've done and what you've delivered for others is your service, right? And it's going to show off what you do, right? So think about it. Hey Emmanuel, think about it. I build fences. Great. I know what a fence is. Great. But if I now show off what kind of fences, so for the hospital, did you do something fancy? For someone's house, did you do like these? You know, there's like you get those patterned ones where there's like no, sorry, not patterned ones. It's like it's got a tree design in there, like a stencil design. What about the clad ones? You know, the ones that are lines like that, fences, the lines like that, the clad ones, cladding or whatever they're called, timber batten ones. You do fencing, but I don't know what you do. So when I see what you do, like, look, okay, let's pretend Pixar is an interior designer. Okay, Pixar's an interior designer. I design interior designer. I will make your home look great. What? Based on IKEA, John Lewis, upmarket, little market, small room, big room. What? When I see what you've done, now I know, right, I can see the service and the credibility or I can see what you bring. I can basically see what you bring. And that's why it's important. Okay, SI, right, okay, SI, step school. So remind me, SI, what are we looking at here? Are we looking at a slider? Is it that you want to know if this slider can be done? Can you just confirm again? Can you just confirm what we're looking at? Can you just confirm what we're looking at? Just remind me, are you talking about this slider here? Because this changes. Are you talking about this? Are you talking about this slider right now? This is going to change. Any minute now. Yes, this slider. You're talking about this slider, yeah? Just confirm. Right, okay. So this is a slider, right? You see this here. This is so easy, right? Let me explain what you do, SI. Let me explain what you do. Elemental slider, 2 slides, right? Elemental slider, right? Let me just put it on full screen so it's easier for me to explain. Right. Elemental slider, 2 slides. Slide 1, you create a template. In the template, you'll have the text appear, entrance animation or however you do it, right? You also have your image appear, entrance animation, however you do it. That's slide 1. You put the shortcode into slide 1. You then create another template. It'll be a copy. You change the image, you change the text. You take the shortcode, you put that into slide 2. In Elemental Slider, you get rid of the title, you get rid of the button, you get rid of everything. All you do is paste the shortcode into the slider content, and you will now have your slider. You then go to the settings, the style, and you say, or the content, one of the two, and you say, do not show the navigation, because there's no navigation here, which I think is a mistake. They should have shown the navigation, the dots, or the arrow, because I don't realise it's going to do that, and then it changes, and it's a bit annoying when it does that. So I would say still have your arrow or your dots at the bottom or something. You can even use a bit of CSS code to move the dots to go like that as well. Emmanuel wants me to do a video on it. Yeah, do you know what? I will do a video on it. I will do a video on it. And look, I'm writing it down right now. I'm writing here, Emmanuel, I hate you. No, I won't. I will do that. Are you lost, D? What, with what I was saying? Are you lost with what I was saying? If you are, don't worry, I will do a video, okay? I will do a video on what I've just said. Whoops, I will do a video. However, the one thing is, though, can I just explain something, though? The text does this. Let me just show you. Right, watch the text, right? The the text does that effect, comes in one letter at a time. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to get the text to fly in. But I will do a video. I'm just going to put slider ×2 ... image and text. We'll do that, yeah? We'll do a video on that. Why not? But how do you align the text with the image? That should be pretty simple, really. You can use positioning. You can use Flexbox container. You can use... I'm about to have Cocoa Pops. You do mean the cereal. It's not the name of someone who lives next door, right? I'm about to have Cocoa Pops. Hey, Pops! Let's have some cocoa. I don't know, but look. How do you synchronize the text with the image? Well, you have slide 1 and slide 2, don't you? Slide 1 has your image, has your text and your image. Slide 2 has your text and your image. Slide 1 is text image. Slide 2 is text image. The entire thing is one slide. The entire thing is one slide. Okay, everyone, look, I've been live for 1 hour 40, okay? I have been live for 1 hour 40. Hey, Hodo Ahmed. I am going to give you all a 2-minute warning now before I jump off. Don't worry, D. I gotcha. All right, I gotcha. You got me, I got ya. We all got each other. And Brian, well, Brian has the whole of the planet Uranus. Brian's got the whole of Uranus. Yeah, I mean, Brian, you know, I'm about to have Cocoa Pops, right? Don't worry, SI. Don't worry. Hello, Hodo. Is he looking in the comments? What do you mean? Am I looking? Sorry, I don't know who you're referring to there. Okay, yeah. By the way, if I do a video, it ain't coming out until probably Monday. It's not coming out till Monday. You're gonna have to wait till Monday, and the reason why is because I've got other videos coming out. I've forgotten what's coming out tomorrow. What's coming out tomorrow? Yeah, I've already got a couple of videos coming out on Friday as well, so you got to wait till Monday. Sam, we have got the Web Squadron. We have got the Web Squadron Facebook group. You know, you can chat in there, and I see the comments, and we can continue chatting in there. But there is a danger that sometimes you might not get as much work done because you're focusing on the comments and all of that. Hey, Jake, I'm about to go off, mate. We've been live for 1 hour and 40 minutes. 1 hour 42. 1 hour 42 minutes, right? 1 hour 42. Don't forget to hit like if you haven't. I hope you're all enjoying what we do here, because it's like, it's chilled out. We say it like it is. We review websites. We try and advise and help out. We're really honest. But at the same time, I hope you're all getting something out of it. And for those of you that are like stuck in a room or somewhere where you're working on your own, it gives you a chance to just shake it off and have a bit of a laugh. And it gets me to have a bit of a laugh as well. And I'll tell you what, I've got no work done. I've got no work done. And I need to get on with stuff, which is why I have to jump off this live chat and get on with stuff. 1 hour, 43 minutes. Okay, everyone, look, I'm going to say goodbye. Take care. Don't forget to hit like if you've not hit like. And I will see you all here very, very soon. Don't forget, tomorrow, Thursday, it's always later in the afternoon. But I hope to see you there. But I'll definitely see you on Friday, same time. Take care. Goodbye. Look after yourselves, all right? See you soon.